There's a lot of folks out there in the world worried right now. And let's be honest, we don't know what tomorrow's gonna bring. But we never have knew what tomorrow's gonna bring. I don't know about y'all, but I find I can clear my head a lot out here in the garage and working on this old car and just doing a lot of thinking. I got a thought for you. You don't have to agree with it. It's just a random thought I've got while I was out here working. And I thought while I was getting ready for the next race, I'd share my thought with y'all. There's a lot of craziness going on in this world. And I honestly and truly believe racetracks and racing could bring people together more if they would just show up and do it. A lot of people think you gotta have a lot of money to go racing, and the fact is, I'm probably one of the brokest people you'll ever meet, but there's not much I enjoy as much as I do racing. It's different. It's not about the money, and you won't find politics at a racetrack, not a real racetrack, not at a drag strip. You might find that at a NASCAR race, but you won't find that at a drag strip. Man, it don't matter what color you are, it don't matter what religion you are, it don't matter what neighborhood you grew up in. At racetrack, we're all brothers and sisters. And man, you will find people out there that's got plenty of money, crawled under one side of the car, and the brokest man in the country crawled under the other side of the car, working together to help each other out. I honestly believe what we need in this world is more racetrack mentality. We just don't have it. There's so much fighting and arguing in the world right now, going over stuff that we can't do anything about. Let's work on something we can do something about. Let's spend a little time in the garage, get these old hot rods running. Yeah. And I know there's gonna be a lot of folks out there that say, you know, I'd love to go to the racetrack, but I don't have the money. Listen, like I said before, it's not about the money. You look at this old car here. We drove this car all over the United States racing this car. Almost every part on this car has a factory Ford part number on it. We're not running any kind of high-end race car parts. We just put the time in. At the end of the day, I know time is money, but that's where this comes from. Man, this has got a set of factory Ford 1963 heads on it. We've probably got 60 hours worth of work in these heads. Now, you can go out and buy a set of aluminum heads, bolt on it, and heck, let's be honest, it probably outperformed these heads that we got all this time into. But I didn't spend any money, no real money. I had to spend a little money on some stuff to work with, but we put all this time in his heads. We made them flow, just crazy good numbers. We made them perform, and it took time. It didn't take that much money. My point with that is not to talk about the heads themselves, but just to say that don't use money as an excuse not to live your best life. It's all about the life you want to live. At the end of the day, for me, it's about creating a life that you don't need a vacation from. There's nothing in this world that makes me as happy as spending time with my family. And my family enjoys the racetrack. They enjoy spending time together and working on this old hot rod. So if you get in the garage, not only do you get to have fun, not only do you get to make memories, but it gives you the opportunity to spend time with your family that you won't get anywhere else. Man, in a world like we have today, I'll take all the opportunities like that I can get. you know, there was, I should say, a time in this old world when we didn't have social media and all these outlets to vent on and all this stuff to talk about and all this bad news wasn't getting thrown in our face all the time. It's a much simpler time in life, much more enjoyable time in life. And I, for one, am ready to get back to that time. And if you want to go back to that time, there's no way that you can have or there's no better way to get back in time than get to the racetrack. Now, I ain't trying to tell you that everybody needs to go out there and build a race car. I'm telling you, everybody can if they want to. But what I am saying is, at the end of the day, we're just riding this old rock through space wide open, and eventually the ride comes to an end. Don't sit at the end of it thinking that, and I wish I'd have gave that a try. Go do it. My point is, if you're gonna do something, get busy living, have a little fun, create a life that you don't need a vacation from. Get in the garage, spend time with family. Get these old hot rods back going again. I'm not dumb to the situation, and I'm not naive. I know there's people worried right now, and there's people concerned about, well, what if this, and what if this happens, and what if we don't get time to do this, and just all kind of concerns going through their heads right now. Well, at the end of the day, this is what I'm going to tell you. I put my faith in the Lord, and I let the Lord dictate where my life is going and at what pace it's going to get there. A lot of people are worried about current situations and the things that's going out there and all the craziness that you hear about. To which I'll say this. Again, I'm going to put my faith in the Lord. I will get or not get whatever He decides at what time He decides. And nothing's going to change that. So until the good Lord calls me home, I'm going to go out here and enjoy these old cars. Try to make it a little faster every time I go out there. And I'm going to take in between the time to tell as many people as I can that if they trust in the Lord, they'll be fine. Not have any fear. Not to let the world dictate their lives right now. It's not why we were put here. So, you live the way you want to live, but I think you'll enjoy life a whole lot more if you get out in the garage. Get out there, build a car. Come to a Southeast Gassers race. Watch us run these old hot rods. You don't got to be the fastest guy on the property. Lord knows I'm not. But you'll have more fun than you have anywhere else. You get to spend a little time with your family. Make a few new friends. Maybe forget about what's going on in the rest of the world. It tends to happen at the racetrack. See y'all there. I got a hot rod to finish up.